Specialized Levo had a redesign at the beginning of the year. All new adjustable geometry, reworked suspension design, mixed wheel size, and of course that very cool Mastermind display. Now, of the bikes that are currently available in Levo trim, in the new form that is, we've got the S-Works, the Pro and the Expert. Now the prices on those, £13,000, 10,750 and 8,750, which makes them possibly a little bit out of reach for some people. But the good news is that there is a new bunch in town. We have got the base alloy, the alloy comp, and the carbon comp, which are significantly less expensive and more affordable to more people. So today, we're going to be having a look at the full range. The Levos have now been around on the scene about 6 years. The early bikes, well, they tended to wheeze a bit on climbs, were a bit noisy, only had 135mm travel on the rear, 504 watt-hour batteries, and cost in the UK around about £5,000. And people loved them, and to be honest, many people were prepared to put up with some of the faults the early bikes had. But we are now on to the third generation Levo. And here is the recently introduced, actually so recent, it's today, the Levo alloy. Like I mentioned earlier, there's now 3 bikes in the range, but I'm going to begin with this one, which comes in at £5,250. So if you think about it, this bike is around about the same price as that first Gen 1 Levo, but it is simply so much more bike. You're getting a motor which is quieter, more reliable, more powerful. You're getting more travel up to 150mm at the back. You get improved geometry, improved suspension, and of course, that new display. It's a very cool bike for definite, and certainly much improved over that bike of 6 years ago. And one thing which I must not forget, and that is the S sizing. Now, this is applicable to all the new Gen 3 Levos, and 2 things in particular stand out, and that is the fact that such things as the head tube and also the standover height, which is from there to there, are pretty much the same on all sizes from S1 up to S6. And what that means is that you've got more room to move around the cockpit, and also gives you more control over your bike. Now, of course, you could be one of those people that needs more range for more riding. Now, the base model comes with a 500 watt-hour battery, although you can actually stick a 700 watt-hour in it if you needed to. But alternatively, you can go for the alloy comp version, such as this beautiful cobalt blue one here. Now, this bike fundamentally shares all the features of the S-Works bike. Yes, this bike is in aluminium, not in carbon, but such things as the same wheel size, the same 700 watt-hour battery, the same motor, the same 6-way adjustable geometry, the 6 sizes, and yes, there were 3 more things. That is the 220mm disc up front, the 12-speed gearing, and the 4-piston brakes. Now, I guess the question many people might be asking is, why would you buy a £13,000 fully built S-Works Levo when you can get the alloy comp version for £6,750, which is around about half the price? Well, the answer to that is several things. You've got the electronic gears, electronic seat post on the S-Works, which, do you know what, I could probably live without. You've got a carbon frame and carbon wheels, and for someone in my position who's not that good at maintenance, I'd probably say that the alloy bike is possibly a little bit more durable. There's 2 other things. First thing is the weight. Now, to be honest, the weight isn't going to be massively different. But there's one thing which stands out, and that is the TCU Mastermind display, which is absolutely amazing. But it hasn't got it on the alloy comp, but it has got it on the comp carbon, which we'll look at next. And there it is, the comp carbon. Now, as I mentioned, this bike comes with the Mastermind TCU, which is an incredible piece of kit. One of the cool pieces, I think, which is really important to mention, is the fact that you can increase the power in 10% increments. So if you're on a long ride, you can really control your power, so you only need just the amount you need. It also comes with a customizable display on there, so you can have any sort of outputs you want. You can have your cadence, you can have the power, you can have the range, you can have the speed. It's all fully sort of changeable, if you will, on the top tube there. And also the fact that it actually shows the battery levels as a percentage, which is a marked improvement over the old display. So there you have it. The Comp Carbon costs £1,000 more, but you get different frame material and of course, which I've just talked about, that very detailed TCU display. I guess the question which comes on from here is why would you choose the Comp Carbon over, say, the Comp Expert, which is actually £1,000 on top of that again? Simple answer to that is the fact that the Expert comes with a Fox 38 fork and also comes with a Float X2 shock. But there you go, folks. 3 incredible bikes. Really like the base bike in that matte black. Totally in love with the cobalt blue alloy comp. And of course, the Comp Carbon, which has got that integrated TCU Mastermind, which really has some fantastically fine detail there if you're into that. And I guess one final thing, I suppose, is don't forget all the other bikes in the range. You've got the S-Works, and you've got the Pro, and you've got the X, which I just talked about. But I think, by and large, people will be going for this bike here, the Comp Alloy. I love it.